everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've watched any of my videos before. As I always say, I'm Melanie and I do a variety of different videos, and if the eye is closing it's because the light is there and I've been fighting a migraine for a couple of hours now, and up until about 20 minutes ago I couldn't even keep my eyes open. Like, they kept closing because the light was hurting them so much. So what do? Sit right next to a light. Might alter it a little bit. So I'm not going to be as well lit as I would have been. It's still affecting my eyes. Hopefully this migraine's not going to turn into anything. But as I was saying, I do a lot of videos. My predominant video is weekly vlog. I know like one video a week doesn't sound like a lot, but my weekly vlog is typically 2 to 4 videos. On Sunday and Tuesday I do what I call my other content, which could be anything from a concert footage video, storytime experience video, trying things on camera for the first time, reviewing things, unboxing things. Today's video is a random facts about me. I mean, they're not random facts, but it's facts about me. Because over the last month or so I've got more subscribers. I know I don't have a massive amount. As I'm filming this I've got 202 and I'd love to get to 1,000, so if you watch my videos and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And yeah, I feel like people who have recently subscribed probably don't know that much about me, so I thought I would let you know 30 things. And some of the things I'm going to tell you a bit more things related to each thing, so you might find out more than 30 things. So I live in East Lancashire. I always second guess if it's East Lancashire or not. If I'm like filming a vlog I'll be like, East Lancashire, do I live in East Lancashire? But I think I do. I'm not going to say what town I live in. If you live around here and you see some of the places I go, you will recognise them. I have a dog who's a little bit crazy and she's called Cleopatra, Cleo for short. I got her from the RSPCA 6 years ago. She wasn't called Cleopatra, she was called Cookie. And I thought, I am not having a dog called Cookie. I am not standing down the park shouting Cookie. Which is a good job I did change her name, because I didn't know when I got her how ignorant she is. If she doesn't want to do something, she isn't going to do it. Sometimes you have to shout her 10 times before she'll come to you, if not more, and sometimes she still won't come to you and she will make you go to her. When I got Cleo, I also had a hamster called Tiberius. I know that's kind of like, wow, the names, but you've got to give them characters, especially hamsters, because they're just these little cute things. Like if you call them something like Dave, you know, it's not giving them character. So he was called Tiberius, and he he was the hamster I replaced another one who died, and he was called Claudius, and Claudius replaced Alfie Diamond. Yes, he had a middle name, Diamond, don't ask why, but he did. I love cars and I love driving. I've had my licence, my full licence, for exactly 10 years today as I'm filming this. I've not had 1 point on my licence. I mean, as much as the police would probably love to give me a point or 10 or take my licence off me, as I film this now on the exact 10-year anniversary of me getting this licence, I have 0 points. My dad did think when I passed my test that I would lose it, because you're only allowed 6 points in your first 2 years, and he literally thought I was going to get 6 points and lose my licence and then have to retake my test. But I don't know what he thinks I would lose it doing, but 10 years without a point on my licence is pretty good. Now I've said that, watch me go out and get some points. Not deliberately, obviously. I love cars. My first car I named Cosmo. My second car was named Astrid. My third car was named Alfred. Don't know how that happened, you know. And my current car is named Star. Says a lot, doesn't it? And also, I do know, like, I've got bags under my eyes and stuff. It's because I couldn't even open my eyes, like I said, not too long ago, so my eyes were all like puffy because I'm not very well. I can play the drums, which is my favourite instrument. I haven't played the drums for a long time, but once you can play, you don't forget. Obviously, if I got a drum kit now, I'd probably have to reteach myself a lot of it, but it would come back to me. I wanted to play the drums since the age of 11 when I went to secondary school or high school, whatever you want to call it, depending where you're from. And I wasn't allowed a drum kit, and eventually at 14, even though I still didn't have a drum kit, I went to a school of music to learn drums, and I finally got a drum kit at 16. I'm self-taught on keyboards. I'm not the best keyboard player. I've not played in a few years. I do have a keyboard, so really I could self-teach myself again to get back to where I was if I really wanted to, but at the moment I don't have the patience or the concentration to do that. And also I play guitar very badly, but I have a Les Paul Gibson in ebony. It's beautiful. I don't like touching it because I don't want fingerprints on it, and I do also have an acoustic guitar as well. My favourite actress is Whoopi Goldberg. I love Jumping Jack Flash, Sister Act, and anything that has Whoopi Goldberg in. I know she's not really done any films for years, but I love anything from the 80s and 90s that has Whoopi Goldberg in. I like Whoopi Goldberg as a person. She's very intelligent, she's very funny. Like, I would love to meet Whoopi Goldberg, but they do say don't meet your heroes, so I don't know. And my favourite actor is Will Smith, because I grew up watching the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's funny, he's down to earth, he's in some of my favourite films. I own probably 95% of the films that he's in. And yeah, I think he's funny. He's my type of person again. I wouldn't know what to say to him if I met him, but you don't meet your heroes. I love going to Devon. I live about 300 miles away, and I've been as a child, and then I went again as an adult, and then there was stuff that was going on in 2017 when I took off, or was it, yeah, and I ended up in Devon, and then I ended up going back later in that year, and then I went last year as well. And I've not been back since, mainly because of my health. My health has been horrific, and to drive 300 miles each way wouldn't be ideal. When I was there last year, I was severely ill. I almost had to ring 999 because I rang my doctors twice, and I had conversations with my doctors, and on the second time that I rung, the day before I came home, I was told to ring an ambulance, which literally freaked me out because I thought, I'm coming home tomorrow, what am I going to do if I end up in hospital? Where's my car going to go? I've got no clean clothes. I went out and bought some pyjamas and a few bits of clothing, so if I ended up in hospital for 2 to 3 days, I was fine. And then I decided against going in, and I just rested as much as I could so I could come home the next day, and that day I ended up at my doctor's surgery. I suffer from car sickness, motion sickness, earth sickness, sea sickness. Need I say any more? I can't go out the house without mascara or my brows done. If you've watched any of my vlogs and you've seen me without my makeup on, you'll see how much a difference it is, me not having any brows on in particular. There's nothing, there's hair there, but it's so light, I just look odd. So unless I've done my brows and put even just a tiny bit of mascara on, I don't really want to leave the house. If I end up in hospital, yes, I go without makeup on. I don't just go, hold on a minute, let me put makeup on, because if you're sick enough to go to hospital in an ambulance, you really don't need to be thinking about makeup. So, and there are times if I'm going to go out somewhere quickly, like if I'm dropping someone off somewhere, or I'm picking someone up, or I'm just quickly popping out, I have been known to go out without makeup, especially the last couple of years with everything that's gone on. I went out quite a lot last year without any makeup on, and I'd take it with me, and sometimes I'd put it on whilst I was out, but sometimes I wouldn't. I am actually a natural blonde. At the moment it does look very white. I have used a blue shampoo today, which has made it a lot lighter than it is. It's a light blonde, but it's not. But my natural hair colour is a medium to dark blonde, so it's like a medium blonde on top, and the more underneath you go, it's a dark blonde, but I choose to have it this colour. It is looking a lot lighter than it is naturally, like I said, but I've had a variety of different colours over the years. I first had my hair dyed when I was 9 by my dad, and he did it this bright red, and back in the day they used to sell these sachets of hair dye that used to call, I think they were called shades or shaders or something like that, and they were meant to wash out in 2 to 3 shampoos, and because he'd put a red on a natural blonde, it didn't wash out. It eventually went to a strawberry blonde. It never went fully. So my mum wasn't very happy at the time because, you know, I'd gone from having blonde hair to this strawberry blonde. Then I once tried to dye it brunette and my parents caught me midway, and yeah, luckily the dye hadn't taken. It'd gone a bit darker but it hadn't fully taken. From the ages of 13 to 15 I was kind of an light auburn gingery colour by choice. I don't know why I chose that. Then I used to dye my hair a baby blonde. I think it was like a Clairol baby blonde. I think that was the shade, or light baby blonde, that sort of shade. I've had hair disasters. I've ended up with orange hair by accident when I tried to go to a strawberry auburn blondie colour once when I was 21. I had to bleach the hell out of my hair and it still didn't fully go. Also, I have been, when I was 17, I got this wash in, wash out. I think it was meant to last about 20 washes, and it was called Cherry Bomb, and it was meant to be this bright pink, and it went this bright red, and I was mortified, and I kept washing my hair and washing it and washing it, and then it went this, like, do you remember when you could get pink toilet roll? You can't get it anymore, can you? It went a pink toilet roll colour, you know, like if you wet it, it was that sort of colour for ages. I've been pink properly by the hairdresser, but it came out more of a cherry red, and I was mortified and I didn't go out the house because at the time I didn't have the confidence, whereas now I've had it done, I probably wouldn't feel happy about it, but I'd probably just about managed to leave the house. I've had lilac, I've had dark grey, I've had blonde with dark brown in quite a few times. I've had blonde with red in quite a few times. When I was like 22 to 24, I used to have a really light blonde on top and all the bottom was a bright red. And I've not really done anything dramatic to my hair for the last couple of years because I've not been in the mind frame, and also it costs a lot of money to get it taken out, because even if it's just a temporary one, it always seems to stick around to some extent. I have done courses and qualifications in humanities, and by humanities it was spread across 8 different humanities, including art, history, philosophy, English and some others, I can't even think. And I've got I've done business studies, social sciences, technology as in science technology. I've done psychology. I've got my highest qualification in psychology. I've done music. I've done accounting, law. Law was my favourite one, especially criminal law. I really liked it. I was doing a degree at university, and I had the best criminal lawyer. I had the best criminal lecturer. He used to, well, all the good ones tell stories, don't they? So you don't realise you're learning, but you're actually learning. So I actually got my highest mark in European law, which I skipped 80% of the lectures because, yeah, and I think constitutional was just as boring, like, oh God, like, but yeah, I did skip them, and then it got to the point where the head of my course got me and he's like, you're going to have to start going to your European law lectures, and I actually got my highest mark. But I think because I thought I didn't understand it, I put a lot more effort into it. But I just loved criminal and contract law, which was a piece of cake, and also I skipped most of those classes and I had to start going to them as well. I get sunstroke and sunburn very easily. I can't spend more than half an hour outside in the sun without a hat on. If I do, I get sunstroke and I could be ill from 1 to 5 days afterwards. It's really annoying because I want to be able to go out all day and not get ill, because we don't really get it that hot here, so I shouldn't be getting sunstroke. But I've had it so many times. I kept getting it last summer where I'd go out and I'd push it and be out for 40 minutes, and I weren't too ill on 40 minutes, but if it was like more and more than that, like if I'd go out for an hour, I would be ill the next day. So I try not to allow myself to be in direct sunlight for more than 25 to 40 minutes without a hat. And because I don't like wearing hats, I don't go out for long because I just won't wear a hat because I look stupid. My favourite band is Bon Jovi, who I've seen 10 times. I originally was meant to see them, and the person I was in a relationship with kept saying he'd got tickets and he didn't, and I I was still seeing him, and I got tickets and he thought I'd got him a ticket, and he was like, I'm not going, even because he thought there was a ticket for him because he thought there was 3 and there was 2, and I was like, well, I ain't got a ticket for you. I went and it was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I just felt absolutely amazing. I did have sunstroke afterwards because guess who was in the sun? And it was just fantastic, and then I ended up breaking up with him because it kind of gave me the courage to get out of that relationship. And I've not seen them for 6 years because they've not toured here for 6 years. The last time they toured here, the guitarist had just left, and they don't sound as good without Richie Sambora. Richie Sambora is my god, by the way. I travelled to London to see him with 200 people because it was an intimate show. I think it was the year after he left, and he's amazing. I couldn't recommend his albums anymore, and Bon Jovi aren't as good without them, but I would go and see them again. I've also seen Neil Diamond 4 times. We've been at the front. He's my dad's favourite singer, but I like him live. He's better live than on CDs. Unfortunately, he's not going to tour again, and I'm kicking myself because I could have got tickets to see him and I decided not to. And then 6 months later, after he toured the UK, he retired from touring because he's got Alzheimer's. Oh, he's got Parkinson's, so he's not going to tour anymore, and I'm kind of like, I should have gone because I had a feeling it was going to be his last tour. I've also seen Lady Gaga, Pink, The Script, Nickelback, Maroon 5, Meatloaf. I was stood by the stage all night when I saw Meatloaf. It was one of my favourite concerts. Elton John twice, I wouldn't see him again. Billy Joel, he is my favourite concert of all time. When I saw him last year, I'd seen him a few times previously, but last year just topped it. It was an absolutely amazing show. I will be going to see him again at some point. He is amazing. He's a brilliant singer-songwriter. He's an amazing live artist. He's funny because he talks between songs, and he's hilarious. I love Billy Joel. And I've seen Hollywood Vampires, Johnny Depp, fantastic. I have seen Penn and Teller live. I've been a big Penn and Teller fan for as long as I can remember. I love watching them on TV. I love their shows. I love how they show you how to do some of the tricks, but you're still confused how to do it because they do it so fast. You're like, what? How do you do that? I went to see them nearly 2 years ago. It was 2 years in June, and I got to meet them, and I didn't think I would have the confidence or courage to do it, but I think because I'd seen Elton John the day before and I'd been around loads of people, I was stressed out, I'd withdrawn into myself, and I think because I'd withdrawn into myself, it was easy for me to get up and meet them, and I actually talked to them. I was a little bit scared of Penn, well, not scared, a bit intimidated because he's this big character, but when I went over to meet Teller, I talked to him and asked him questions, and it was one of the most inspirational meetings that I've ever had. I sleep on my right side, so the majority of the time I will lie on my right side of my body. My favourite drink's Diet Coke. It's been Diet Coke for years and years and years. If I'm ever out somewhere and I don't know what to drink, I'll just go for Diet Coke because I like a nice cold glass of Diet Coke. I got my first junket at 16. I would love a junket now. I don't have room in this house. Even if I did, I think I would annoy everyone by playing drums, because if I got a junket, I know I'd be on it every single day because I want to get as good as I used to be. My favourite things at the moment are wax melts, which I've got a massive amount of them. I mean, there's them ones. In fact, so it doesn't look like I've just put the same ones up twice, I've got them, that, they're everywhere. I've got a box of them downstairs. They've migrated to my bedroom because I have a wax melt in my bedroom. I've got a wax melt here as well. I'm into writing blog posts. I'm doing 30 for April, but I'm doing them twice a week other than that as well, and I have been doing for this year so far. I got a bit bored with it last year because I continuously put one up every day for 5 months. I love supporting small businesses. I buy from them often, as you can see there. They're from the fragrance floor. There's some of the things I've been buying. I'm still got 3 orders outstanding. They're taking 2.5 to 3 weeks to arrive. I love the Pomegranate Noir fragrance scent. I've got 3 of them. One's in my bedroom, one's in here, one's in my living room. You don't need to spray a lot of it. It's absolutely amazing. Also love bath bombs, and I love Lavana Cosmetics for bath bombs. And I'm happy to say that he is someone I talk to quite regularly, and she's such a lovely woman. I'm a great aunt, which makes me sound 80, and I'm not. My niece is not much younger than me, and she's got a little boy called Tyler. Well, he's about to turn 1 next month. My all-time favourite films are Jumping Jack Flash and Sister Act, which won't surprise you if you know. My favourite actress is Whoopi Goldberg. My all-time favourite TV show is Absolutely Fabulous. I love Patsy and Eddie. I love what they get away with and how they act, and I just love all of that. Unfortunately, they're probably not going to make any more because sadly June Whitfield died around Christmas time last year. So I can't see them making any more, which makes me sad. I've always wanted like to be in it, not necessarily be a character, just someone walking past in a memorable scene, you know, where it's one of the funniest scenes in the episode. So then I'm always in that episode or that scene, but it's probably never going to happen now, unfortunately. My favourite quote at the moment, which I discovered about 5-6 weeks ago, is "Don't blame a clown for acting like a clown. Ask yourself why you keep going to the circus." That speaks to me on so many different levels, and I'm going to get it printed and I'm going to put it up somewhere because it's absolutely fantastic. A lot of the reasons I feel the way I do is because of a DC called Melissa Chadwick, who used to work at Blackburn Police. I believe she's actually back there. I'm not sure, but I can easily find out because I'm in contact with numerous people there. She was evil to me, and because I was being bullied and felt intimidated and threatened by her, and she made me feel certain ways, I protected her at the time, and it took a long time for people to get to the bottom of how she was truly making me feel, and to get me to accept that I was being bullied and belittled and lied to and lied about and abused. At the moment, I'm ill a lot, and my favourite food is cereal. It's my go-to food if I'm feeling down, if I'm feeling hungry but I don't want to cook, or I'm not well enough to cook, I'll go for cereal. The main thing I've been having for breakfast lately is not actually cereal, it's a currant tea cake and a Quark yoghurt by Muller in strawberry. My favourite jewellery items are my Monica Vinader rings. I'm lucky to own 2 of them. I do want more. I have a selection of 4 really nice watches. I've got an Olivia Burton one, and there's a new one out that I really want by her. I've got my Michael Kors one, which is my most expensive one and my heaviest one, but it's still a really lovely watch. And I've got a gold and a silver watch by, I can't remember the brand, I'll put it on screen now. I love Ted Baker bags. I currently own 3. I've got a work type carry shopper type bag in leather that I used to use for work. It's actually on the floor behind me, but I'm not going to show you. If you've watched my videos, you'll have seen it before. I think I might have even done what's in my work bag video. If I've not, that's a video idea that I'm going to explore very soon. I have a pink small across the body one. It's a quilted leather one with a gold strap, and I've not worn that as much as I thought I would. I got it around March time last year, and I took it to Devon with me, and I thought, oh, I'll use it all the time, but I think because it rained a lot and I wore my big coat a lot, I didn't use a bag. So I've only used it about 3 times, but I'm planning on using it as many times as I can this year. It's the perfect size, it fits a lot in it, and it's cute. And my third Ted Baker bag I got either just before the new year or in the new year. It's a leather, larger across the body bag. It's got a magnetic closure. It's got 2 sections in the bag, so I know where's what I'm keeping and where. And it's black. And there is actually an unboxing video of that on this channel as well if you want to check that out. My favourite things to do as a child was to ride my bike or my roller skates. I'm very proficient in both. I was always out on my bike. If I weren't on my bike, I was on roller skates. I got rollerblades and I prefer roller skates, but there was a time when everyone had rollerblades, so I had rollerblades, but I do love roller skates. I would love a pair of roller skates, but I wouldn't know where to go, and I wouldn't want to play outside with the children on my roller skates. My favourite makeup is by Charlotte Tilbury, Rimmel, L'Oreal, Max Factor and Urban Decay. There is a large, like from luxury down to quite cheap, Rimmel foundations are the best foundations I've ever tried. I've got a Rimmel foundation on now. I've got the Wake Me Up foundation, which I like to wear from around April to around September time when it's warmer weather. I do have it on today because they've got a new formulation out and I've just opened a new bottle and I want to use it all up so I can order the new formulation. I always buy it in 2 shades, so I get a shade that's 2 to 3 shades darker than my skin colour, and then I get the lighter shade. And then what I'll do, like today I've put the one on that's a lot darker, which you can see, and then down my neck I will put a lighter on, so a lighter shade on, so then it kind of blends out, but I do look healthy and then I'm like super white. So if you've never tried Rimmel foundations, I highly recommend them. L'Oreal, Lee Stafford and Marc Hill are my favourite hair care brands. I own practically all the L'Oreal LV range. They're in the bottom of my shower. I like the one in the red one, it's the blonde one. I think it's like colour something. Absolutely fantastic. Marc Hill conditioners, also the hair products are good, and Lee Stafford products, and also the hair growth treatment mask, fantastic. ASOS, Etsy and Amazon are the 3 main shops I shop on and are my favourite. I love Etsy because it's small business and they're all handmade products, and I buy a lot of my wax melts via Etsy. Amazon just for everything, and ASOS for clothes and sometimes makeup and shoes and bags and things like that. So I have a few goals this year. I've not got resolutions, but I want to improve my health. My physical health is pretty horrific. I've been ill for a month, but I'm ill all the time, but this last month's been horrific. I was at the doctor's 3 times in 9 days. I went 2 other times to drop things off as well. I should have gone numerous times this week, but I've been putting it off. I was meant to go today, but I decided to have a bath, wash my hair, get ready and film this video. So I've put the channel first when I shouldn't do. So I want to improve my physical health and my mental health because my anxiety has improved a little bit, but I want to improve more on it. I want to get fitter. I'm not as fit as I should be, but I'm fitter than a lot of people, surprisingly. I don't park my car right outside shops. I park a distance away so I can walk to them. I walk up and down the stairs in my house a lot. I don't use the downstairs toilet a lot because I live in a 3-storey house, and because I don't go out often because of my anxiety, I like to walk up to my bathroom, which is on the 2nd floor, so it's 2 sets of stairs numerous times a day. But I want to get fitter. I was walking a little bit last summer, even if it was just a 20-minute walk. I want to get back into that. I want to get a bit more fitter, and it's better to be fitter than not, and also it's good for your mental health as well if you do some kind of exercise, apparently. I also want to sort my teeth out. Like, there's a lot of stuff that need doing and I keep putting it off because it's costly and I'm not working and I can't really afford to go private, and NHS, there's like, I don't want to end up with a rubbish dentist, so it's probably going to be towards the end of the year, but I do want to sort my teeth out, and yeah, I'm not going to go too much into why I don't like them. I want to lose some weight. I weigh about 5 kilograms, well, between 3 and 5 kilograms more than I did, and it's a lot to do with because of how inactive I've become. I was more active 2 years ago, and this last year I've put weight on, especially from around July onwards last year. I put a bit of weight on, not massively, but I do notice it, and if I even lost 1 kilogram I would notice it on my face. So I want to lose between 3 and 5 kilograms first and foremost, and then I want to lose some more. I don't know how much I want to lose, but I'd be happy if I lost probably about, I don't know, 15 kilograms in total. I don't know, I've not really thought about it, but I do want to lose some weight. But, you know, my health has to come first, so my health is most important to me right now. I want to gain more confidence. I'm not the most confident person. I'm more confident than I was 3 years ago. 3 years ago I didn't have any, and I was in a job that I was struggling with because I didn't have any confidence, and my confidence did grow because of the job, and then I lost a lot because of the police and what they did to me, and then I gained some because I kept having to stick up for myself, and I'm still more confident than I've ever been, but I would like to get more confidence. I would like to make some friends. I got rid of the majority of my friends when all this stuff started happening, and I'd outgrown them, and I had friends that I didn't really want, friends that I didn't really have much in common with, friends I didn't really like, people who weren't really there for me and were friends with me for the wrong reasons. So I'd like to make a few friends. I would like to get a part-time job, a few mornings a week, like 2 mornings a week to start with, and maybe 1 afternoon, something like that. I like my freedom. I like to not be tied down to something full-time, because I've always been self-employed. I wouldn't cope with a full-time job. I'd probably cope for a couple of months and then it'd become too much for me. So I'd be happy with something 1 or 2 mornings a week to start with and just see how I got on. I want a new car. I was meant to change my car a long time ago, but I didn't, and there's loads of reasons why, and I'm not going to get into it because some of it's quite personal and I'm not going to get into it. But I've been bored with my car for a while, even though it looks good, gets attention, everyone likes it. I just want a new car. And finally, I'd like to move at some point. And that's it. That's 30 facts about me, but we've added bits in with some of the facts. If you've learnt something about me, then that's great. If you didn't, then, well, you should have done, because there's things I've talked about that I've not talked about in vlogs, so you would have learnt something if you've watched my vlogs and you don't know all these things. So if you have any other questions, please leave them down below, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell notification button to get an alert every time I upload a similar video. I'll be back very soon. Thank you for watching, everyone.